dressing room right now, telling them all the positives to take out of this match, won't he?
There was a lot of positives. I thought Liverpool were very good tonight, and I think on the balance of play they probably did deserve 3 points, but the reason why Chelsea have been so successful under Mourinho and why they're probably going to be successful under Conte is they come to places like Anfield and without shining or playing attractive football, they get big positive results that, you know, over the course of 38 games, they're vital, and that's the reason why they win the league a lot.
I think that's normal. You can't just go to Anfield, even with that history in the last week, just winning easily. It will never happen at Anfield, and that's why I think Chelsea did exactly the right thing. They were well prepared for today, and it was wet. You know, it was not easy to play, but I think they did a good job, and overall, it seemed that they are happy.
Liverpool definitely better in the second half, and sometimes it just pays to get the ball in the box, as we saw, and see what comes of it. And it was a goal for Wijnaldum.
Yeah, it was. It was a first time they'd looked that ball there that was in between the lines, and the pull from Jordan Henderson was beautiful. I thought it was going out of play, to be honest, and I was aside, but great ball, spotted Milner, little deflection, and he's in there. He scored a big goal before this season, but this ball here takes the Chelsea back line by surprise. They don't react quick enough, and it's a fantastic finish. And Liverpool had a couple of chances this game. Firmino, we'll see later, from crossing the ball, that Chelsea don't defend. I think that's the only weakness I see in this Chelsea team, is they don't defend crosses well. I've seen it all season, and it happened today.
I think we've seen Moses is in an uncomfortable situation, because in that case he's a defender, so he lifts the arm, you know, he loses this 1-2 seconds, he's watching the linesman, and so he flicks the ball in the danger zone, and then they concede a goal. Normally, maybe with the right back, it would not happen, but that's normal. If you have fullbacks going up and down, you know, working so hard and have the ability to attack and to defend, I think that's also a secret for that Chelsea team this season, when they change the tactic, to have players like Alonso and especially Moses, who can play 1v1 and also defend. That's a big strength.
And if you've any doubt whether Steven Gerrard remains a Liverpool fan, the conversation with Howard Webb at half-time would have been a good telltale sign about that. But also, you enjoyed that goal. You were up there banging on the glass. It was a proper Liverpool fan enjoying that.
Well, I am a Liverpool fan. I'm guilty of that, and that'll never change. But, you know, I was pleased with Liverpool. I thought they started the game really well for 20 minutes, and the goal was a big moment. It changed the game. It gave Chelsea confidence. And in the second half, Liverpool pushed on and done really well to get back in the game. What I will say about this Chelsea team, they've got a lot of strength and, you know, a lot going for them moving forward, but they are vulnerable to crosses. We've seen it against Tottenham. We've seen it against Tottenham a few weeks ago with the 2 Dele Alli headers, and we've seen it today again. Jordan Henderson put 2 or 3 wonderful balls in, and that's how I think you can catch this Chelsea defence out.
You enjoyed that, didn't you?
Yeah, it was funny. It's normally me doing that. So,
exactly.
So it's good to see someone else getting
Someone needs to clean the glass now. Look, we've got a couple of handprints up there above your head. Right, let's talk about the penalty. As the penalty was given, you were adamant, weren't you, that it wasn't a penalty?
Yeah, I think me and Michael both agreed at the time. It looked like, from this angle, that it wasn't a pen and that Matip got a foot on the ball. But credit to Mark Clattenburg, he redeemed himself from the first half decision and got this one spot on. It was a clear penalty.
Absolutely. From that position, it doesn't really look like one, but now with the third slow motion now from that side, it's 100% contact.
I think Matip's problem is that he hasn't actually shown him one way. He's allowed him to come inside. In that position there, you've got to show him one way and make him go that way, and he allowed him to come back in. But Mignolet, I mean, after what happened with the first goal, it's a great save.
I mean, maybe they're a little bit disappointed now, because they could have been 11 points clean, but I think they shouldn't. With the performance, 1-1, if they would knew it before, with Arsenal losing, Tottenham draw, I think it's a good result.
Yeah, it's pretty much the perfect night for them. So let's get the thoughts then of David Luiz. He's now with Des.
David, how do you feel after that? It could be a very precious point at the end of the season, but there's a slight air of disappointment among some of the players.
Tired. That's how I feel, tired. It's never easy to play here. It's never easy to win points here. So I think you had the opportunity to win the game, but unlucky we didn't win. But the other team also, Liverpool, played very well with the dynamic, with the ball, the possession. So in the end, if you look at everything, I think it was a good result.
It's your first goal since returning to Chelsea. It was quite an outrageous goal as well.
Yeah,
was this a spontaneous moment? Did you just see the goalkeeper out of position, or?
Yeah, I think sometimes you need to try the surprise. And I'm not in the best moment to take free kicks because I'm not very good with my knee, so I cannot train too much. I think free kick is automatism. You need to train every day. But sometimes in the game, you need to feel the game, you need to see the opportunity. And I was happy because I did well.
Their equaliser kind of changed the mood in the stadium for a while. It got the crowd involved. It made it a little bit more difficult for you. But did you think you overall, in the 90 minutes, you had a better side?
I think it's both. Both had an amazing game. It's never, like I said, never easy to play here. The crowd is amazing. This is the atmosphere. I think when you are a footballer, you need to be happy to have the opportunity to play this kind of games. So it's always very nice to come here and play football.
And have you seen the other results yet? Arsenal
Not
lost, yet. Spurs have drawn, so this might be a very good point indeed in the long run.
This is Premier League. That's why it's never easy.
And congratulations, sir. You are also awarded the Man of the Match award.
Thank you. God bless you. Thank you.
I think he thinks that Des gave him the Man of the Match award. I think Steve McManaman and Glenn Hoddle might have made the decision. Let's take a look at his goal again. And I'd love the three of you to explain exactly what you would have wanted from your wall and from your goalkeeper here, because it's fair to say, if you take a look through social media, the criticism has certainly gone the way of Simon Mignolet. But he wouldn't have saved this free kick anyway, would he? Because
listen, it was a wonderful free kick. The technique and the contact and the power and the accuracy is sensational. You've got to give David Luiz a lot of credit. The job for the goalkeeper when there's a free kick award is to sort your wall out and keep your eye on the ball and focus on stopping the free kick. The line on the edge of the box is down to the leaders in the team to get the line right and defend from there. So Simon's got to take responsibility for this goal, but he done more than enough to make up for it because the penalty save was absolutely...
he wasn't even looking at the ball as it was struck, was he?
To be honest, I think it'd be difficult. I didn't really think about it at the beginning, but even if he's set properly, I think he'd find it difficult to maybe to get his hands on that. It hits the post and goes in. He hits it with some power. It's great technique. Fantastic.
But if the wall's set properly, he maybe doesn't score it, though, does he? Because the wall does its job, even if the goalkeeper can't.
That's a discussion in general. We should do at another time, because I think we discussed it. I discussed it with many players over certain. No, if it's far away, and I don't know, the wall actually helps the free kick taker. So in that case, David Luiz, I mean, the keeper is just falling asleep. It seems like that with three guys in the wall. He's safe, but he is not actually. And especially coming back to putting a wall, free kick from that distance, it's easy to get over the wall, even with that pace, you know, he brings. Of course, it's a great technique.
He takes his eye completely off the ball.
Yeah.
You know, and there's no chance of stopping it. Maybe he wouldn't have saved it anyway, who knows, but rule number one as a goalkeeper, once the ball's on the floor, you do not take your eye off your wall or the ball.
But the question again, why he's putting a wall, you know?
That's a different debate.
If we could just see that one more time. The other question, Rio, is the wall. If you're in that wall, if you take a look at Jordan Henderson, as the ball comes, he ducks underneath it. Surely what you want is your defenders or your midfielders, whoever's in the wall,
you want
to just get their head on that, even if it hurts. It gives you a headache, but it prevents a goal.
You've got to take one for the team. I mean, I don't know if Jordan... I don't know if he does anything, really, so I
think they've been told not to jump.
Look here.
I think they've been told not to jump.
I wouldn't blame the wall, if I'm honest. I think you've got to give the man credit who took it. I think it's a great free kick.
I think the bigger picture
here for Mignolet is that he's made a penalty save after that, which gives him the confidence. I think the problem bit for Liverpool, the goalkeepers, has been a big problem. The new guy came in, didn't really produce. Mignolet's come back in, started the game, obviously okay, but then obviously that happened and the confidence has obviously gone down, and that goes through the team. But to get a penalty save at the end of the game, boost confidence, and hopefully he can step on now.
Crucial goal for Chelsea, though, in the context of the title race, as we know with the other results.
There's a lot going for them moving forward, but they are vulnerable to crosses. We've seen it against Tottenham, headers, and we've seen it today again. Jordan Henderson put 2 or 3 wonderful balls in, and that's how I think you can catch this Chelsea defence out.
You enjoyed that, didn't you?
Yeah, it was funny. It's normally me doing that. So,
exactly.
So it's good to see someone else getting
Someone
caught.
needs to clean the glass now. We've got 5 minutes with him every time you have a bad day, and you'd always be smiling, wouldn't you? 5 minutes with him every time you have a bad day, and you'd always be smiling, wouldn't you? What he will now focus on, I suppose, is just forget the title for now, think about the top 4, and in the context of tonight, it's been a good night for Liverpool. They've picked up a point. Arsenal beaten, Spurs drew.
I think that's what he's saying in the interview, is the most positive thing for him tonight is that the team were back. That's by far Liverpool's best performance in January, by miles. So he knows his team are back, and he knows if they keep playing like that moving forward, they'll have a very, very good chance of finishing in the top 4. And he's basically saying, let's see what happens, let's see where we are with 10 games to go. The title race is going to be very, very tough now, but it's certainly a very positive point in the race for the top 4.
I think added to the end of the season, and the investment needs to be put into this squad.
Yeah.
Bit of depth, but also add quality to this team.
But they had chances to win it tonight. Where do they still need to improve this team for you?
Cutting edge. I think they need that cutting edge still. I think sometimes you look at them when they're going forward, there's, other than Coutinho, the imagination sometimes, Firmino a little bit, but again, that little bit of devilment in the box at in the final third to really finish a game off. Like that chance there's a half chance, but the top strikers in the world finish them.
He has to be backed, doesn't he, by the owners of this football club. They have to allow him to spend some money.
I think he will be backed. I think he doesn't want to go into the transfer market now in January because he doesn't want to waste his money, if you like, on players that he wants that are maybe not available. But I think come the summer you'll see 4 or 5 additions to this squad, and I think this Liverpool team will be stronger next year.
Well, it's the addition that Chelsea made to their squad in the summer that everyone thinks has made the difference. He plays at Leicester, they win the league, he moves to Chelsea, it looks like they're now going to win the league. And once again, N'Golo Kante was outstanding tonight, wasn't he?
Absolutely. I mean, the feeling for the situation and for the ball, and where actually Liverpool creates or starting to create danger, he was there. He was stopping the ball again, gets up, you know, don't give up. Everyone is watching, he's acting fantastic again. Here again, he reads fantastic. Again, it's like an annoying fly, you know, he's always there, he never gives up, and then he has the head up, he never gets stressed. It seems like everything easy, he's top fit, you know.
I don't think we ever thought we'd see anyone close or anything similar to Makelele. I think he's the nearest you're going to get.
Yeah.
I think Makelele was a super intelligent footballer who what Stevie said before, he didn't hate playing against him. This guy's the same, he's like a rash, he's on you, he covers ground so quickly, and when he's in and around you, he's so nimble and quick, he just nicks the ball and then he passes it 5-10 yards to another blue shirt.
He's a nightmare to play against. I used to hate playing against Makelele, and I wouldn't like to play against him because he's everywhere. And he was man of the match tonight, not David Luiz. David Luiz scored a wonderful free kick, but Kante was man of the match.
Yeah, the kind of man you hate to play against, but you love to play with. Thank you ever so much for being with us this evening. Look, we've rolled you out, and Chelsea have taken a big step towards the title, perhaps, this evening.
Of course.
Worth coming, wasn't it?
I think there's another big game in 3 days, you know, and if that is over, I think the rest program looks quite comfortable, so I think they're really positive.
Good man. Really nice to see you. Thanks very much for being with us. And don't you go anywhere.